Just 1 second. I'm having trouble with okay, let me just get to this one more time. I'm going to check out my channel on Rumble. My channel's account, stats, live streaming. Set up new. User, replay available. Live account options, account overview, my content. All videos, home. I'm trying to see, I'm doing a video right now. I'm trying to see, oh, there it is. Maybe I'm doing it now. Maybe it's live. It's not showing me the live, live. The big question, the ultimate shapes. Just give me a second. You know what? I'm having trouble. Let me see. Upload a video, go live. No, none of the two. My account overview, my channels. How come it doesn't show that I'm live right now? I'm live right. We're having trouble streaming to your channel. So let me go back to, you know, I just want to see, is anybody here? Nobody's here. So, okay, nobody has started yet. So let me just see this. Boy, situation. Okay, here I am. Here's my page, my content, my channel. Okay, reserve stats, live streaming. Okay, user, channel. Maybe I need the key. Channel, live, user. Okay, I have them both. Set up new stream. Placeholder, theory of everything, still offline. No, I can't. I don't know how to do it. It was playing on Rumble yesterday. I don't know how to do it. Okay, nobody's on here anyways live, so I'm going to put it up that nobody's here. $69 raw views yesterday. Okay, let me see. Okay. Okay, so let me look what I have here. Daily combined account overview. No, okay. Stats, analytic, account verification, videos, pro packages, my channels, auto syndication, live streaming, templates, live streaming API. Create a key, confirm. Generate a key, confirm. Okay, so I'm going to have to copy the user. Okay, I'm going to copy the user. I have to make a new key for this. Destinations. I think it's this one here, edit. Channel. So it's my channel, streaming API, user channel, live streaming. I don't know. I don't know how to do this. Oh, channel, user, RTM, no. Pay-per-view, my channels, no. Count options, live channels, live streaming, templates, live API, live streaming, user channel. It says RT something. This is not an RT. Okay, so I'm just going to start with this video right now. I'm feeling a little slow. I feel feeling a little awkward. Where do I begin? It's always confusing where I should begin. Where would you like me to begin? What would you want me to talk about? How do we reset numbers in the Zodiac? Where do I get this information from? I make it up. I make it up. I'm making it all up. But it's true. You're here for arts and entertainment, and everything I make up and everything I do is as true as it is because you heard it from me. Whether you believe or accept the reasoning for what I make up equations that already exist that you haven't even noticed yet. Or you have noticed it, but you didn't take a big deal out of it because you didn't know what to do with the big equation. I use the big equation to understand the law of averages between a multitude of things. If I take the gears and I turn an 8 gear into a 4 gear, a 7 gear into a 3 gear, what's happening with all the gears? Now I have to create time, another element of measurement to understand what's happening. In this period of time, the carpet moved forward, the clock moved forward, the amount of grain that fell onto the auger that turned and moved it all forward took so much time. And in this time that it took, this is the law of the average. This is the average of what happened. This is what happened. That's the truth, and that's the equation. If you take baseball, for instance, oh my God, what happens? 4 balls and 3 strikes. I have to have 7 balls in my pocket. But when it's done and over, and the batter ends up somewhere, I always got an extra ball. How come? Because you have 4 balls, you take a walk the first, number 47, time walking. 47, 28, 75, electric time walker. Man and woman walking to first base. But if first base goes around, then home plate is not a base. Home, the triangle, square, house, is your home plate. And you return to score the run at home plate. They call it a run scored. And if you scored it yourself, it would be a home run, because to score your own RBI, run batted in, you'd have to hit a home run. H and R. H-A-R. Harry comes home. Harry the redhead comes home and brings us all home. The white hat of Harry on the redhead. What would that look like? H and 8. 18, Chai. 10 and 8. A, B, C, D. The 6 and 9, the yin and the yang coming home. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3. A, B, C, D, C, B. Created by A, B, C, D. H in the A family, R in the A family, H, R, H, R. A-C-H-E or A-C-H. The law of average is understanding how to measure so the gears turn. Why man? Why does man walk the first? We have 7. We have 7 balls. You ready to play the game? You got all the balls. I got 7 balls. You threw the first ball. What happened? I don't know. What happened to all the balls? Well, I'll tell you one thing. When you throw 2 balls, those first 2 balls will say nothing. But when you throw that third ball, and if that third ball becomes an X and an O at the same time, because usually when you walk the first place, you get 4 zeros, right? You walk the first, you get 4 zeros. You walk, and that's number 47, and you get 0, 0, 0, 0. So if you were looking this at binary code, it'd be 1, 2, 4, and 8. And you haven't counted any of them yet, but maybe you'll count those zeros, okay? That you should count 8 and 4 is 12, 13, 14 equals to 15. And the 15th brings you to first base. Does that mean every 4 zeros moves you up? So you have to go 0, 0, 0, 0 equals 15, and then 0, 0, 0, 0 equals 15. So on the first 15, you're at first. On the second 15, you're on second. And on the third 15, you're on third. But your first 15 took you to first. The second 15 by the pitcher took you to second, took you to third. Here you got the gold, ST. Here you got the silver, ND. And here you got the bronze, RD. Think about all this, right? Is that if you have a ball and a strike, that's a ball, that's a strike, the 15th and the 24th letter. So if you get this on the third one, you'll get another 15, because if you had these, that would be 24 and 24. You'd have 2 strikes against you. So you get that third strike, right? And then you get Thanksgiving, because you have a turkey. A turkey is noted to be 3. Once you get the third one, and 24 equals to 72. 9 times 8. It's a natural born into the heavens of the divided 7th gate in the house of bait. Is it 77? Is it a lot of 2s coming up? 27 is bet. It is also B and G, the beta gates. It is 7 that resides inside 2. That should I show it to you this way, that it is 7 that resides within inside 2, which is 3, 1, 3 over to what is 2 into the corners. Total 45. Around 36 and 9 on top. The ring and the pole. When you have your 7 balls, 65 is for the word 7. Ball is numbered, 27, right? All in a ball, right? All your balls are 27. The reverse alphabet, okay, is O and L. And it's just ironic. O and L is the reverse alphabet of this. So this is what happens when you have 2 balls or 2 strikes. Nothing's going to happen. So the beginning can be one of 3 realities that are going to happen. Okay, and it's going to be like this. This is going to be 48. This is going to be 30. This is going to be 48, 58, 63. This one is going to be 30, 54. It just so happens this is the male organ and the female sex organ. 117, 7, 11. You know that an action could have happened on this pitch. You could have been at the Fox Pass, but you ended up in the house of bait at the 7th gate, at the divided 7th gate. You struck out. SO, 19 and 15 equals to 34. So if you end up going to first base and walking, it's going to be 4 balls and 2 strikes. 4 balls equals to 60 and 2 strikes equals to 48. So I want to know, are you playing basketball or are you playing the sport for periods of 60 minutes? The strike is on 1 throw, right? A strike in bowling is on 1 throw, and this would be gutter balls. So we understand the motion of 1 and 2. You're going to take your second shot. Here you're not. Can we use it that way in reference to a strike, meaning to a whole half of a game, referring to basketball, or because it's 2, do I revert to soccer? Right? There's a difference between 2, 3, 9. This one is baseball. Sorry, it's 2, 3, 4, 9. This is going to be in baseball, right? This one over here is going to be 4 quarters. This one can be hockey of 3 periods. And here is 2 halves. How we get to the end of the game. These are all holes. 2 out of 2, 3 out of 3, 4 out of 4, 9 out of 9 with a star. They can all get stars for overtime, right? Or the extra minutes. But these are holes. They're complete of their own. In 2 halves, the game was played in 90 minutes. But if we compare everything into soccer and give it to the 90 minutes, or how about 90 seconds and 90 minutes and 8,100 minutes in a day? We'd only have to have a 16-hour day and equal to 1,440 minutes. Did I get that right? 8,100 times 16 equals to 1296.00 divided by, I think it's 24 equals to 60. Hold on a second. Did I get that right? 12,920. 12. I don't know how I put that. 12,920? No, that's wrong. It's 12,960. Okay, I made a mistake twice. 12,960. So what that is like this. 90 times 16 equals to 12,960, right? That is because what it is 60 times 60 times 24 equals to 864. So it's 864.00 to, let me see what this is. Did I get this right? To 81,000. The difference is, yes, the difference is 54. Okay, the difference is the sun between the two. What do we squeeze in this number? Where does this number come from? I've changed the day. Okay, I've changed the day from 60 seconds to 90 seconds, from 60 minutes to 90 minutes. So I have 90 minutes times 90 seconds equals to 81. Well, I gotta make it more than that. Is that 8,100? 90, right? Times 16. So it's 90 times 90 equals 8,100 times 16. Right? Did I get that? Times 16. Yeah. So I got that right. Sorry, it wasn't supposed to be that. It was supposed to be that. Trying to see if I did that right. I've done it so many times. 90 minutes, 90 seconds. So if we had 90 minutes times 16, right, it equals to 1440. But when I break it down into seconds, okay, it equals to 12,960. When you multiply the 12,960, do I get this right? 12,960. No. It's the 864.00 times 1.5 equals to, yes, 12,960. That's correct. This times 2 will equal to the date of the great cycle of the Mayans, proving that this is the separation, and the separation is the numeric value to the sun. 3 times creation of heaven, or 3 of these. 5,400, 54 total. 54 numeric value for the sun. 3 by 18s is 54. This spins 3 different ways. It's a pyramid-like when you bury it on this corner, this way. The above pyramid and the below pyramid, there's another one of these somewhere either deep down or high in the sky. And all the corners meet, right? Once you hit the point here, right? Once you hit the point, or is it a flat point? And he's not going to get into that because it's a hypothetical reality that's actually true that I cannot prove at the moment. So the separation, did I get that right? 864 864, 60 times 60 times 24 hours, right? And this is 90 times 90 times 16 hours. I'm not really sure why it works out like that, but it actually does, and it works out perfectly. I'm getting 16 hours. How many more hours would I have to do? Let me just calculate. Just 1 second. I just want to calculate something. 8,100, okay? 1440 divided by 8100 equals 2. Is there something wrong here? 8,100. 90 minutes, 90 seconds in 1 hour is 8,100 seconds in a right. And so it increases the time. So our time of our life has been reduced by this amount, by 1.5 times the difference. I'm trying to figure, right, this was the original seconds in a day. This is only in 1 hour. So we might have to disregard that, right? But it still makes 1.5 times the difference, because this is the amount now. Let me write this out. This is the amount now, and this is the amount after. 1.5 times the difference. And it happens twice. It happens twice. You need to have 2 of them for the great year. But anyways, that's what it is right now. Let me check out that one question. Oh, hi, how you doing? How you doing? I wasn't sure what to do this afternoon. I wanted to talk about some gobble turkey. Turkeys are 3, right? I don't even know where I was. I just lost myself in my own head. I had to come out here. It was stronger than me, right? So turkey is about 3. So as you're turning, let me see if I can do this. Let me see if I can do this. I should drill a hole. So you're starting here. This goes to tomorrow, right? This is tomorrow. This is yesterday. So the cube keeps going. They keep going this way, and then this way, and then this way as a gear, and then the next cube will pop up. So that's what happens when you go to roll your next shot after you get 3 in a row. You're starting a new section, a new chain, right? A new chain connecting to the next numbers coming up. So what I'm doing now is the zodiac is 12. Let's say I like to work the Chinese zodiac. I don't have all those numbers. There's less numbers to work with, right? So the Chinese zodiac. So how would I connect the clock of the Chinese zodiac? Now, is it a clock where it goes around like this, or is it a snake and then it comes around again? Or is it more than one snake that comes around? One is the head and one is the tail. And one of the reasons I say that is because no one bites off their own tail, right? So I'm trying to look at it this way. So is it the last snake that's behind you? The continuation of the head of the next snake that's behind you? Because we need to work in sections of 3, a whole section of 3. And how is that section? Well, it's 3 for the base creation and then 9 for the birth. And that's your 12. That's how it works, 3 and 9. And in the 3, okay, in that 3, that's where the chain hooks up. So you're going to lose the safety chain, okay, where the 1-on-1 chain, you chain it here and you chain it here. You lose the chain in the center, that if one of these 2 clips fall off, you have the chain in the center that holds it, because everything in this, for me, everything that's ever been created, it says nobody's here, but that's okay. I can't look at those numbers. Coastlaw, yeah, coastlaw, yeah, sea law, the sea laws. I like that. The law of the sea. Did you see yesterday what the Torah looks like? The Torah looks like it's got the admiralty on it, you know. Where else am I going? So when we're working with the zodiac, right? Let's say the Chinese zodiac, they say that the first sign and the last sign, I have to look it up. I'm not fluent on this, right? I'm not fluent on this, not one bit. Just give me a second here. So if I had to run the opposite, let me show you this over here, okay? Let me show you this over here. Hold on a second, right? So they say that the sign that's against you would be the ox and the goat, right? Or they would say the rooster and the rabbit. But at the same time, you know what, it's just crazy because I was doing the same thing. But everything I do has already been done somewhere, right? Everything I do has already been done somewhere. And I use their equation, and I don't want to say I steal it. I thought of this also. I've just never seen it until I started to do it. Now all of a sudden I found it. And at the same time, I can run this as my phone. I can run this as my phone. Let me see if I got that. Yes, I can run this as my phone. I mean, I can't take away all these things that were here, right? Well, I have it over here also, right? So what happens is these three come together, and then this one disappears, and this one comes together. And then this one disappears, and these three come together. And as these three come together, so do these three come together. Here's the direct split between the dog and the dragon is the rabbit and the snake. But the only way to match these up is to run. See, we're working with the dog. Let me see if I can draw a line. Draw a line. Is that what it is, right? Is that my, let me see if I got this right. Let me see if I can get this right. That's 2. That's 3. That's going to be, no, I don't want to use that. We're going to use that one at 4. Let's use this one, right? Is that the way that one goes? And then we're going to use this one in blue. And is it all done? There's 6 lines. 1 color, 2 colors, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'd have to divide it this way. So we're going to take half that dog, and we're going to put it with that pig. And we're going to take half that rooster, and we're going to put it with that dog. Now, the question is it the rooster to this side of the dog, or should the rooster come and grab this side of the time? Do you understand? You don't grab what's next to you because you're already included right over here. You have to grab on the other side of this line, picking up also part of the goat. Do you follow with what I'm talking about now? How we mix up and combine these. The other thing is, do I put my 24 here? Or should I put 1 and 24 together? Should I be making the clock look like this? See the way the 9 is here, the 10 is here. Now in a ruler, this would show me if I go from here to here, what is the distance between here and here? Is it 10, making the whole line equaling to this line of 10? Or is it 12, the separation? A 360-degree separation between each one. Why do I say 360 degrees? 12 times 3, 3 is your base creation. 3 by 12 is 36. So now when you go out and you pick up your ruler, you can see that your creation, sorry, I said 36, 30 centimeters to what is 12 inches. So I have to understand how this works. But if you're looking at football, you're going to get 10 yards for the first down on 4 plays, to where in the CFL, you do it on 3 plays. So we're going to get back to baseball now because I didn't finish with the baseball from before. Yes, I'm live. So in the baseball before, as we spoke, okay, from beneath his cloak, we had, well, we got a little bit of, yeah, it's Turkey Day, so I came on early. People are home. I figure I can get on here and chit-chat and feel good about, I can't listen. I'm going to get back to baseball, remind me. But even if somebody takes everything that I've ever done and they use it at a higher level with others and it expands and people learn, the more this can be shared. That should it be the arts and entertainment truth beyond, that the great equation that brings everything together can only come together by sharing, because at the end we all must know. Now, if somebody takes all my ideas, that's fine. Eventually, there's going to be one equation that one of many might want to know. Then they'll come search me out. Once they search me out, they bring me to the top. You guys do all the final work, but I'm going to give you the equation because we need to have the masses to know everything how words work. Why? What words? So for every word someone speaks in every single language, it's telling this story by understanding where the numbers come in game, because we accept these games. We have to find something that we all accept. The games we play that tell no truth. And once you ingrain it into your mind that no, 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 it can't be any different. I see 6, I see 5, I see 1, I see 3, I see 4. You do, and that is it. And then I show you all the other places you see it. And the magic starts to work on your mind. You get it. No, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. But now you know that 1 is not like 2. That 1 is not like 2. That 1 equals to numeric value in the alphabet we know, O, N, E, O15, N14, E5, equaling to a total of 34. To our 2, TWO, both with 3 letters, 34 and 47. Reverse alphabet of 1. LMV. I like to exchange AEIOU. So we're going to put AEIOU. AE. So it's these fingers. These are the fingers of both E and O. And instead of being ONE, it's now emo. 1 becomes emo or mo, meaning the word, perhaps Moses. And 13 and 15 is 28 and 5. Did I get that right? Yes. Emo becomes 13, 18, 33. It becomes 33. The total becomes 67. The soul comes out. If I do it in the regular alphabet, complete word reverse, I get 13 and 12, 25, 35, 45. I get 47, which is walk, which is time. Let me show you. The reverse of O is L, of N is M, of E is V, meaning life. The male and the female of life walk. Angel, cold blue, emo, the word. In full rotation of A, B, C, D equals to 10, A, B, C equals to 0, 6, and D, C, B equals to 0, 9. 33, the turkey on Turkey Day. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3 is 6 and 9. That angled percentage sign will show you this. It will also show you this. Unless you're looking from the other side, it'll show you this. That the dividing line is over here between the two. So the question can be that I line up C with C in order to connect to the dividing line, equaling to 3, 1, 3. And now if I go to the moon, or I go to man, or if I go to 4 and 7, 3 times 1, 3 plus 1 is 3 and 4. So if I go to 3 and 4, so what if I had 3 strikes? 72 and 30, or 3 balls. Or how about the 4th ball? This would be 45. This would be 15. It would be 60. So it's 60 and 72 equals to 132. That anything, forget about the first one, 132. We can work it 2 ways. We can do this, or we can do this, or we can do this. When we count, there's specific things that we do and we count. Another one would be, let's say 6. When we put this in between numbers,
rules and regulations in everything that we do for the better understanding of its actual reality. If we're paying in dollars and cents, you will not see this, but you will see this on a bill. Will you not? You can see this on a bill as quantity used, but we're not working with money right now that we know of like this. So we can mark it as this. We have to understand where everything comes from and why, because that's what it is. So now we're going to have the 4 balls equaling to 60. And if we use them, right? If we used each ball, understanding the 15th letter, and the 15th letter, and the 15th letter, and the 15th letter. 1, 2, 4, 8 in binary code. So we get 60, and now we work with the strikes, and we get 72. But we got a problem. The action happened, and this became 45, and this became 72. And this, the total would be 27. Or we had this that happened, 48, and this that happened, 60, equals to 108. And you walk the first base, or it equals to 18. Chai, 10 and 8. You used both worlds and the heaven, using the spirit, combining both. Where do I get this? This number 1 automatically tells me, should I drill it to the other side, it comes out the center. That's that truth. That is the only one, and only when I hold it this way and this way, right? Unless I'm putting it up like this. When I put it up like that, take a look, right? That's where you're going to get, if to do it this way, I can get both the N and the Z out of it. The cube does not sit this way, but the pyramid does. When the pyramid sits this way, what is it telling you? Where are my dots on the period? I'd have to think about this a little bit more. What's going on? Whoop, hold on a second. I made this. I should have drilled the hole a little bit deeper, right? Which way does the pyramid sit? It sits on an angle for balance. I'm not going to sit it this way. I'm going to sit it just tilted a little bit back on purpose. Flat. But anyways, we're not going to do that. So this is what's happening in baseball, right? Okay. So where's the 4 balls? So what's happening here is it's 108 when you walk, and that's at the most. Whoa, what happened there? Wow, something that was really, really weird. You know what? I don't know what it is, but in this corner here, like something keeps jumping onto it and off right over here. That's pretty weird. Or maybe it's somebody watching me on, anyways, whatever. So to do the both of them together, the 4 balls and the 4 strikes, wow, now somebody is talking to me. That is weird. That is weird. Somebody came on talking to me. Let me check this out. There's nothing here. There's nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Holy mac. Where did that come from? Let me go back to Rumble. Where is my Rumble? I don't know why Rumble's doing that. Let me see this again. Oh God, got to go back to Rumble. YouTube channel sync, create, emote, follow channels, chat, pro packages, blocked words, emotes, create channel policy, YouTube. Hold on a second. Monetize schedule, reoccurring subs, pay-per-view, blah blah blah. Videos, live streaming API. User. Wow, it never showed me a key like this. I don't know what this is. Let me see. Go live. Just 1 second. Let me look at this. Okay, I'm going to this template here. No. This is not it. Sorry that I'm disturbing this video, right? I just want to see. Okay, user channel. Okay, no, there was an ST whatever. Replay, but anyways, okay, let me get back to what I was doing, if I can find my place. So we know what it is. We know what it is. In his boxing 3-minute rounds, what is 3 minutes? It's 180 seconds. How many 3 minutes are there in a day? 86,400 divided by 180 equals 2. There's 480. So we can relate this to basketball. There's 480 180 seconds, which is 1440 divided by 3 equals 2. Yeah, 480. Now, right, it comes out to the same thing. It doesn't really matter. There's 480 parts of 3 minutes in a day. Times 3. Times 3 equals 1,440 minutes. How many of those go into 25,920 divided by 1440 equals 18? That's perfect. Back into the sun again. We're always running into the sun. Anyway, so that's the thing. The thing about baseball is that it's 4 balls and 3 strikes, but you're only going to have 4 balls and 2 strikes, or 3 strikes and 3 balls, and you're going to end up with 6. The pitcher will always have a ball, okay? There's always going to be an extra ball in the pitcher's pocket all the time. So when you get rid of the 6 balls, right, regardless of how you got rid of the balls, if we take the ball and we look at it, if a ball's a ball, you end up with 00. But if a ball's a strike, you end up with OX. So 00 is 30, and you have your first ball because it's called a ball. And then if you have your X, okay, it's 24, and that's a divided gate. So now if you have XXX and you don't go to first place, you end up going out. So you have XXX. Forget about the balls. You're left with the house of bait. You're out with an X. Marks on your back. So like that's what I was talking about. So here's something I want to do about the Zodiac. Let's see if I can show it to you a little mixed up. And no, before I get to that, I want to talk about Rubik's birthday. And try to follow me on this because it's another equation I'm working on, right? Rubik's Cube, 7,11. The reason it's 7,11, because it's a face of 9, where we only see 4 because this is a solid. And it's over here that if we should roll this, imagine rolling this instead of this. Imagine if as you rolled this dice, this was turning, and you'd see different dots on here. So if you want to change this to this, 4 times 4 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 and 7 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. We'll mark this one with a 6. So we can change it. We can change all the sides. And then when we roll this in the air, everything turns. And you want to know the way it turns? It turns like this. Oh. That's the way they show it to turn it. So you roll it, and all your numbers are turning based on the number thrown. Star system math, multiplication and addition to change a number, or just multiplication. If you want to change this, and I use 3 and 4. The reason I use 3 and 4 is that's the inside of this. If I use 1 and 6, okay, if I use 1 and 6, we're going to invert this cube. If I only use the multiplication of 1 and 6, right, I'm going to go 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 6. Everything will stay the same. So now we're going to go to the 6 side, right? We're going to multiply everything by 6. So 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 6 is 36. 3 and 6 is 9. So the 1 and 6 cube became the 6 and 9. The 2 and 5 cube, multiplying by 6. 6 by 2 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 6 by 5 is 30. 3 plus 0 is 3. Now we're going to go to the 3 and the 4. 6 by 3 is 18. 1 and 8 is 9. 6 by 4 is 24. 2 and 4 is 6. So we're going to have 30, 66, 30. What does that mean? We have 9 per side. We're missing 6. We have 3 and 6. Let me hold on a second. Yes, the answer was, hold on a second. I have to color that in to show the difference. Creates a 9. Hold on a second. Let me see. Creates a 9. Where was I? We'll create. Okay, these are the numbers. Okay, let me see it. Yes, it's already a 9. It's a 9. Why didn't I mark anything over here? Hold on a second. 6 times 4 is 24. 2 and 4 is 6. Oh, I put it on the wrong side. Zero, 3. And we do this, we end up with 9, 9, 18, 18. Oh, okay, I see what happened. Why I heard the voice before. Okay, so do you understand? So this is I and R. This is what is the creation of the house of Bait. 9 and 8, 27. 9 and 18, 27. This is going to be the sun house. The heaven's birth, and the heaven's birth right here. This one over here. This is R and I. This is why Harry comes in. Because of this inside the house of Bait. 8, 1, and also in R is 18. You also put in J inside this word, because inside of this, A, B, C, D, joining both worlds inside of this. In the numbers 17 and 18 and 19, you join both worlds. A, B, C, and D, C, B. 4, 3, 2, and 1, 2, 3. You join both worlds, but you join them at BC. And AD is where they come from. The first world of BC comes in through A, and the world of BC comes in through D, where it's realized as 55. 3 and 2 is 5. 3 and 2 is 5. 1 and 4 is 5. To note that if you went down to the roulette table and you looked, you are going to have an area that's going to be like this. And this area over here, and this area over here is going to be number 2 and 3, 5. And this is going to be 1 and 4, 5. 3 and 2 connects you to Mars. It connects you to communication. It connects you to the ram climbing up the rocky hill. This over here will be 35. This over here will be 39. And inside is 37. The cube. 3 times 7, 3 plus 7, 10 and 21. And you can find this. This is not made up, right? You can find that. Don't forget to leave that out, right? You can't leave that out. You can't leave the cube out. All 6 meet all 6, right? They are what they are, the cube within itself. We see the 6, but we don't see the corner, the joining corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the 7th corner. But there's also an 8th corner on the other side, the plug-in, right? The other one is going to be right over here, right? See these cubes over here? This area here, right? Actually, can I use the right side up board? So I want to see that I did this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is on the outside. Let me see. Okay, that's right. Yes. So here, where the cube is, this is 14, and this one is 23. So if you're talking about the XYZ chromosome, the 23 goes through chromosome, okay, chromosome number 23. The X gets number 23, 2 and 3, equaling to 5. The Y over here gets 14. 1 and 4 is 5. One is AD, the other one is BC. After the death, before the Christ, is that what it is? C and E, connecting the creation. So all of this, if you take a look over here, the top one over here, I don't know if you can see it. This one over here, 1, 2, all the black dots, okay? All the black dots, 4, 10, 13, 22, life commences, 28, 31. These 4 come together and create an angle where it puts a building or a something to build. I'm trying to figure out if I can move my camera, but anyways, this is nothing basically. Here I only cut out what was in between. When you look at this, what this does, okay, over here, is I'm joining 36 and 36 over here. And then this one has to be joined, and this one has to be joined. So you'll create one octagon, right? And then look at the multitudes of octagons that are here. I don't even know if I can, no, that the more light, the worse it is. So you can see 1, 2, 3 octagons in 36, and you're going to connect it to here. So although it's 6, right, you're going to connect 1 to here and then 1 to here. So you're going to have 3 octagons connecting to this side. Then you're going to connect it. So you're going to have 3, 6, 9, and then you're going to have 12, and you're going to complete that creation. And when you jump off of this, you're going to get into number 15. Just to note that your connection over here before it's joined between these two, right, are 13 and 15, 28 to what is, sorry, this is 13 and 15, 28. This one is 16. This one is 18, 19, and 21. You crisscross all of these and you get all 37s on this. How the dimensions work, right? So let me get back and see where we are with this. All one of us. So this is what I want to talk about. Keep the video short. Is that Rubik's Cube is 7, 11. July, 7th month. The 11th of July, the 22nd of July, and the 23rd of July. This is going to be a ring. This is going to be a pole. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 is 5 and 6, 11. Then we're going to come to August. I didn't want to put August. August is what's the element that goes around the pole. 8, 8, and 8. 24 go around the pole. Why do 24 go around the pole? 3 levels. Around the pole, around the pole, around the pole. But it's 16 and 8 that goes around. So you're connecting the movement of this cube. Why? Because in the center, we don't see the cube in the center. So you're using the 8 here and the 8 over here that go around the pole. Although this one doesn't, this 8 is separated. I'm going to go 8 and 16, right? It's what is 4 times 4, 4 plus 4 equals to 16 equals to 8. I like to use that as hockey. I like to say, you ever see this word? Mona Lisa, limo, Nazar. So that's that. The January 8th, why did I pick this? I do not remember why I went to January and February, what I was talking about. Oh, right, because this brings me to 1, 8. This brought me to 8, 1. Now I'm looking for an equation. Should I advance by 7 days? Or should I be using 8, 17, 26 to count for what 8 is? Or should I be understanding that the reverse cube of 8 is now 6, right? Is now 6, 15, 24. Is that what I should be looking for? So we have to understand how we get to our numbers, and then we go to the zodiac, right? And we go to the zodiac, and now there's a question. Because there's 12, should I run my zodiac all the way around and go 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, hold on a second, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Sorry, did a mistake. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. We run it at 33. Why? We want to have a double digit everywhere. See, right now we have 9 of single digits, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We have 15 and 9. That's I and O. It's like on and off. 15 and 9. How much more is 15 than 9? Well, it's 3 times 3 is 9, and 5 by 3 is 15. It's 6 parts of 9. 1.5 times 6 equals to 9. The 90 minutes and the 90 seconds back into the clock, if you're following me. We have to understand that how do we get it out of our head that why 60 minutes when things should work at 100, we get $1. But that last penny brings you into the next dimension, another row of numbers. How do I do it? Why 1/3? What is 1/3? How is it a part? How can we get 1/3? Well, you got the ruler of 12 inches. That's a third. It's a third of a yard. So it's understanding. It's so hard because I can't even see it myself. It's so hard, but I know. I always say, oh my God, the hockey game ended. It's 3 periods. It's only 1/3. 4 times 25 is 100. That's perfect. You got the whole game going. You got 4. You got 4 15s. Well, 15. How do you work out 15 out of 20? Oh, why should I work out 15 out of 20? Well, 15 doesn't go into 100. Well, 60 minutes in the game doesn't go into 100 either. Well, then how did you get 100? I got it by quarters. But wait a second. It's 15-minute quarters. What do you mean it's 15-minute quarters? That's what I said. 3 times 5 equals to 15. And then 2 times 5 equals to 10. So what I just told you before is it's 15-minute quarters. 3 times 5 equals to 15. 2 plus times 5 equals to 10. So I was just telling you before. The 3 parts and the 2 parts, where are they? One is in the void. You play baseball, 4 balls and 3 strikes. It ain't going to happen. The pitcher still got the ball in the pocket. You can't throw out the 7th pitch because the next ball you throw out, when you throw out that 7th pitch, that's going to the next player. The 7th pitch is going to the next player. That's right. Because no person can get more than 6 pitches. You show me different. You show me a baseball game where a player, oh, let me put the rules and regulations. It's exactly as is. For a child, we're the children of the Creator, that it's 4 balls and 3 strikes, and I'm 7 years old, and don't tell me any different. I went to a lot of games. In fact, maybe I'm 4 years old by the time I can understand. So the father teaches them 4 balls, you go to first base, 3 strikes, you're out. Child goes, okay. 2 balls, 3 strikes. So the child goes, okay. 4 balls, player walk, 4 balls, 2 strikes. Okay, I know. It was 3 strikes and then 3 balls. That was 6, or 4 balls and 2 strikes. So I know what happened to everybody. And O and U is 21. It's 15. It's 36. It's 56. 11. And you're out. Isn't it funny that it's 56 equals 11 and you're out? But it's 47 and you walk. You get the base. So what do you say? You walk? Walk to first or out? So out equals to OUT. OUT equals to 15 and 21 and 26 is 56, and walk is 47. So the out and the walk is 11, 11. In fact, out is inside what is 4 and 7. They're both 11. We're not going to get into the run score. So where was I now? So again, back to the beginning. How do I take the Chinese zodiac and understand it on the law of averages, what everything means and who has become what?
The only way to know this, you can't just say, you can, first of all, what does it mean to be a talkative? And what number is talkative? And who put out that definition that number 3 is talkative? Because A and B come together and they start to talk. Well, what is E? What is 1? 1 is 5 and 5, or it's 0.5 and 0.5. Well, what is 1? It's 0.2 and 0.8. It's 0.3 and 0.7. Well, what about 10? How is 10 any different than 1? And why is it a point? Why are you making a point? And is that point dedicated to Mars? Let me see if I can see where I wrote this down.
0.1, 0.5. These are all the points dedicated to 1. Now, if we were dedicating it to 10, we can do that also by removing the points. Then it's automatically a whole 10 and not a part. It's a whole number and not a part of a number. But it took all of these to create one of the number, and then it took all of these to create the secondary of the number. Now, should we do numbers in 10, or should we count numbers all the way up to 20 with their own distinctiveness? When we say 14, we're automatically using a 4. When we say 15, 16, we're automatically using a 6. 17, we're using a 7. 18, we're using an 8. 19, we're using a 9. 12, it seems like we're dividing something up. 11, we're not even mentioning 1. And 10, we don't even mention 1. So we have to see those on a different level. At the same time, we all know that first, second, and third are all abbreviated this way. So I like to add that into my equation. I also want to add into my equation that 7, 8, and 9 are distinctive. A, B, C, D equals to 10. And when you mention 7, 8, and 9, they are going to come into this house. And to close them off, you must take A, B, C into their creation. So inside the basic creation, okay, you are going to get the moon, you are going to get the sun, and you are going to get Mars. That when you have the birth into the heavens through the gateway of creation, you must put these two together. The sun and the moon. You must put together to join your coming of Mars. Where do I get this from? Mars is 51. 3 times 17 is 51. 3 times 18 is 54. And 3 by 19. Because when you say those words, you must say 10, 7, 10, 8, and 10, 9 in the French language. So they're dictating to me what I have to do.
Hi, I'm not sure how to say your name. Is that Eugene or Eugene? In like almost sounds like Ingrid, right? Du Showa. Now, when I look in there, I see the birth. You see, if I take the two I's, you have put N and G together, right? And you've put G and I together because you're encompassing between I, N and G, and then you're encompassing G and I in between N and N. And to note that this word is an incredible word. I'm gonna just spell it out here. You know, it sounds like a choice of power. That's what that name sounds like, a choice of power. But I see the name as, I'm just looking to see if I write it out. Here's the name, 95755. So you're born into the E world through the 7th gate. You got your freedom in the sky system, right? And there are 3 11s in this. The reason there's 3 11s inside of this, and if you would turn yourself over, let me see if I can do this for the camera. See if I can do that for the camera and show you what I see. 1 second. Hold on a second. I'm trying to see if I can see it properly. You see, when you look at the 7, right? It's an L, but it's tilted over, almost like building a building, because that's what 7 does. 7 will create. Just let me do this over here. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can get a piece of this page. Just remove part of this page, right? And let me get number 7 here. See, we got number 7. So I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to choose 7 a different way. I'm going to choose 7 this way. I'm going to go. Hold on. And then I'm going to do that. So that would be 7, right? You see the number 7? So let me take this away. Hold on. Okay, so I got a lot of light. Maybe I'll put it darker. Yeah, so you can see 7 here, right? So what you do next is, hold on a sec, I got the wrong color. Right, so you can do that, and then you'd have your 7. You know, your 7 come down that way, right? So that would be like in the back. So I would put that line a little bit thinner. Is that hold on a second. So you can see that 7 for me is not the way, I mean, you can look at it the way you want, but I like to look at number 7 a little bit differently. Maybe we'll make this a little bit thicker. Right, so for me, more or less. And that would be my number 7. And then you can see there's 3 levels at the same time that's within the 7. So that's my vision of different numbers. So the reason why this is so special is because if you flip the 6 over and the 9 over, it's a 6. So 6 and 5 are all now 11s. Now, if you flip the 5 over, they're all 2s, because 5 can be changed, 6 can be changed, 2 can be changed, 9 can be changed, because they're interchangeable. That's the way they are. Right, right. Du choix. Yes, absolutely. Yes, I would look that too. Deuce or duo, or what do you call it? You can go 2 ways with it. I'm not sure how you say it. Okay, could be. So now what happens is what's special about 5 and 5 is that 5 and 4 is 9, but 5 and 4 is 9 in itself, because there's 4 voided spaces, there's 5 voided spaces, and when you turn it around, right, you end up with 7 spaces and 6. You end up with 13. 6 and 7 is 13, and 9 and 13 comes together. That in itself is the animal world. It's the animal kingdom, 5 and 4. Our sex organs are 5, 4, 6, 3. They're the only ones that duplicate, and the word itself duplicates within itself. 6 is 3 and 3 is 6. 6 and 3 is 9. The reverse of 6 and 3 . 6 and 3, 4 and 1. Do you remember I told you about 20 minutes ago that the connection of the cube, or of one of the points of the cube, is number 14 and 9, and the other one is 32 and 9. All of these, they all connect to Mars. Every single one. Mars is plural, meaning more than one. Saturn starts off with the S. I'm going to say less than one, or something that came together to connect what it is, and it's singular, and it's prime, number 93, 3 by 31. So I was talking about the zodiac signs and the 24-hour days. Now my question is with that, because I'm creating a new equation, is I can use it this way, using that we went 1 through 3, but how do we do this when all these are hours? How do we move our hours over? Let's see, we're going to go to, yes. So every single hour is only used in a half an hour in here, right? We go here to here is 1 hour to here, but in 12, each one of these, okay, is going to equal to 1 hour. But each box is equal to 2 hours. You see the way we have a split between the box at 1 o'clock. Either I run it that way or I put my 1 over here. Which way do I do this? I do not know. But I can tell you, okay, what I can tell you is I'm gonna just take this for a second. Let me copy it, copy image. And we're gonna put it back over here, paste. Okay, and I'm gonna draw a line I'm gonna draw a line from here. Whoop, that's not a line. I'm going to draw a line from here to here. Then I'm going to draw another line from here to here. And then I'm going to draw a line from here to here. So this is 5, 5, and 5. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 599. The automatic, the same thing as your name, is running in the clock. So if I should come to in between everyone, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I would go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the fifth one. Let me see. 1, 2, 3 to this one over here. That's the fourth. 1, 2, 3 to the fourth over here. So this is the fourth and this is the fourth. So I automatically have to run a line between them. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3 here, 1, 2, 3 here. Now what we're going to do is I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, I'm going to draw the singular dot over here. And I go 1, 2, and 1, 2, that's fine. And then I'm going to go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to draw ahead between here and here. So I have 1, 2, 3 empty, 1, 2, 3 empty. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line from here to here, from here to here, and then from here to here. This is the way the line has to be drawn in. You have no choice. You must take it by averages. I can either make it greater or smaller. If I don't do it like this, okay, just 1 second. If I don't do it like this, just 1 second. Hold on a second. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, so I'm going to paste it again. If I don't do it like that, what I'm obligated to do is I'm obligated, whoop, it's not giving me my line. I'm a little upset at that. It's automatically telling me to go from here to here, like this, and then join from here to here. So I think I'm gonna do that in a different color, right? You notice when you do that, right? Should I leave it like that?
And at the same time as you do that, my question is if I can draw a line down here to understand the way my building works. And then when I draw that line, I can now draw. Actually, I don't want to block in that area. I'm going to draw my line this way. And I'm going to draw my line this way. Now the question is, does the next line go this way? So by drawing this, this is what it's showing me in a base design. Okay, it's offset. Hold on, let me erase that all now if I could. Now in the next part, what you can also do is I can run a direct line here and a direct line here. And then what I would do is I run a direct line here. And now what you have is you have the thickness of this. You see how thick? And at the same time, it's showing me it's going out this way and the illusion that it's going up. So it's showing you a torus effect inside the actuality. It's an obligation. Now, this is with drawing with this. Now, the other thing is, what if we're going to do this one more time? I'm going to have to go get another. I'm going to have to go get another one of these. Copy image. And I'm going to have to put it down here. So I'm going to do this again, right? And what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to go 5 to 5, 5 to 5, 5 to 5. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go 4 to 4. And then I'm going to go 4 over to 4. And then I'm going to connect them this way. And then I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to go 3, right, over to 3. Let me get another color in here. And then I'm going to go 3 over to 3. And then 3 over to 3. Now I'm going to go last. I'm going to go 2 over to 2. And then I'm going to go 2 over to 2. And then I'm going to go 2 over to 2. Now my question is with this, right? Every time this turns, because of the double setup, it means, I believe that it means that we're connecting all of them together, so that every time we turn this clock, inside, we end up with 1 area space, 2 area space, 3 area space, and then a loaded area space. 1 area space, 2 area space, 3, and a loaded area space of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and then over here we only have 2, right? But I'm sorry, we're going to add in 1 more right now. I just noticed something that we're going to add in 1 more. See, I wanted to go at 1, right? I forgot 1 was over here. Wow, how do I do this one? I think I'm just going to copy it. So I don't want to make it dirty, right? I just want to copy it. And now we're going to go copy and paste. And the reason I went 2, 3, 4, perhaps I should have just went 2, 3, 4, for the reason that A, B, C, D, that when you eliminate A and you eliminate B, you eliminate A and B. So instead of A, B, C, D, you're now going C, D, E, and F, because that's your base creation, right? This is your base creation of your 10. Your 4, 3, 2 is of your 9 in your base creation. Now you move up the creation, D, E, F, G. And in this one over here, this is 22. In this one over here, it's 18. This is where the split comes in between 3 and 4, and we end at G, and the piano ends at G, and we're at number 22. But yet we have not reached the piano 24 center C. right? Is it 24 center C? You have A and B, which would be 24, and the fourth one would be 1 over. Perhaps I would have to work it as a minus number, but I'm not working at a minus number. I'm not going to go for the center of the piano this way. So now we have this, and then before we actually begin, we would have to move over to E and F, because the cube only goes to E and F. G is added. I'm not going to talk about that right now. Too much information to break my head. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, right, and I'm going to mix it up and see where the lines go. That I'm going to get line number 1 with line number 9. I got to use a different color. And then I'm going to use that one with that one. And then we're going to move it over here. And then after that, I'm going to go back to red, I think. We're going to go with this 9 to this 9, right? But there are no other 9s. There are no other 9s. So we have next, what we have next, okay, is we have 8, right? And we have this 8 to that 8. You notice the way these two now crisscrossed? And then we have 7. So we have 7 over here to 7 over here. So do you see the way these 3 lines are now crisscrossing? I'm trying to figure out how my building or how this thing should fall into dimensions, what's actually going on. Because if you take a look, see this 24 is a 6, so we're going to run it as a 6. Let me do this 6. 6. I don't like this color. I'm going to go 6 over to 6 over to 6. So you only have 7, 8, and 9 doing this. 7 is Mars, 8 is going to be the sun, and 9 is going to be the moon. It works out perfectly. The word entrapment in between this, in this section over here, what is below, okay, is the goat, the horse, and the snake. Sorry, the monkey, the ghost, the horse, and the snake. Part of the dragon and part of the rooster. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and parts of the other. Everything else is on the upper up. That's what these numbers are showing me. Does it bring any truth? It would be in the law of averages over time. But again, we have to understand what number 1 is. So we have to understand what all the numbers are, and then to regard, okay, that number 1 lies between the rat and the ox, to where number 1 is the rat, supposedly. But when you're working it on this scale, and don't forget, I can change this scale and double up my numbers, meaning that I can take this element here, hold on, take this element here, right? And just give me a second. 12, right? I'm just going to do it very quick. I'm just going to do it very quick. Did I break it up into 12? 1, 2, then I need to do another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Did I get that? Is that 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So now we have 12. See what I had to do to make 12? That's it. Got to get a barbecue and just use the top grill in 12. So if I did the 12, I would be running, whoop, I don't want to do that. I would be running, let's say I'll run it in red. I'll run it smaller. I'm going to run this one and this one, right? Now, if I move them to the outside, don't count what's in the center. I'm going to use a different color, okay? So I would now be running, I don't have them exact, so let's say I ran the rat and the horse, and then I run the ox and the goat, and then I run that. Let me put a different color this time. And then I'm going to run that. And let me run that color. Then I'm going to run that. and then I'm going to run that. So now I ran all the colors off of each other. So now we're going to put in the times, the 1 and the 24. I'm going to have to do it down here, right? Whoop, not in that book. I'm going to have to run 12 and 24, 1 and 13, 2 and 14, 3 and 15, 4 and 16, 5 and 17, 6 and 18, 7 and 19, 8 and 20, 9 and 21, 10 and 22, 11 and 23. So we can see that over here, right? So now, should I be running, well, I don't really like the way this one is, so hold on a second. So 12 and 24. So now you have 4 over here, and you have 4 over here, so I'm going to have to run that. So if I'm looking at number 4 and running that, right, I'm running that one over here. The 10th zodiac sign and the 4th sign come together. So the 10th zodiac sign is that the snake. And then I'm going to have to go back to the 4th zodiac sign. Is that the rabbit? Did I get that right? Or these are all wrong? I have to go look at a better setup. Hold on a second. No, the 10th zodiac sign, sorry, is the rooster. The 4th zodiac sign is the rabbit. So they become opposite of each other. But over here in section number 2, see the way they come together here to where number 4 over here also comes to the 10th, to where the 7th now meets up at the 7th, to where we also have the 19, 1 plus 9 equals to 10, 1 plus 0 equals to 1. But we're going to go to 10 or we're going to go to 1. So if I go back to 10, we have 1, 10, and 4. We have 1, 10, and 4. So we've done this already. We've done the 1, the 10, and the 4. Let's see if we've done them all. We've done 1, 1, and 1. We've done 4, 4, and 4. We connect 7 and 7 together. Is there any other numbers that we didn't do? 7, 1, 4, 7, 1, 4. So far that works out for my 147 on my calculator here. I have to make sure that this works out. So let's see if we can do something else. Then I'm going to take a 1-minute break or 2-minute break. Let's see if we can connect something else. So that's my 1. Let's say I wanted to go to number 2. So 2 would get to 11. 1 and 1 is 2. So I would do this. Well, 2 and 3 equals to 5. So that 5 would come down to over here. This 1, 7 would equal to 8. So now I'd have to connect this 8. This 2, 0 would equal to 2. I would now have to connect that 2. So we have the 5, and I have the 5, and we connect it this way over here. So what happens? 5 and 8, 8, 5, 5, 2, 2, 2. 2, 5, and 8. Take a look at the calculator. 2, 5, and 8. Did 1, 4, and 7 in red. Did 2, 5, and 8 in blue. We're going to try and see if we can get 3, 6, and 9. So we're going to go ahead and go to 3, 6, and 9. Well, here we have 3, and here we have 3. So we're going to go 3 and 3. Is there any other 3s on this thing? We have 1 and 2 is 3. We're going to take 3. But we have 2 and 4 is 6. So now we got to capture 2 and 4 is 6. So we have 1 and 2 is 3. So now we're going to have to run to where is 3. 3 is over here. We ran to 3. We went over to 6. So now we can come over to 6 over here. So now we have 3 and 6. We have 3, 6. We have 6. We have 9. We didn't do 9. We have to go 9 over to 9. So now what we did is we did 147 in red, we did 258 in blue, we did 369, and it's absolutely perfect. Unlike the difference it shows in this one, okay, to where this one shows a little bit of difference. Now, if I was to connect what is 3, 6, and 9 and remove the 12, hold on a second, I just messed something up here. I would be doing something like this. 147 with 369, 528 with 528, and 963 with 963, mixing up two bunches of one and the other. And if I would do this, I would end up with something like this, except in the one I did, there's only 9. What I did is only 9. We're going to count. Is there only 9? There's one section over here that I connected, one section over here I connected, one section over here I connected, and one section over here. I connected 4 numbers 3 times. I connected 4 numbers 3 times to do that. In the other one, okay, I connected 3 numbers 3 times. Here I connected 4 numbers 3 times. The difference between the two is 3 and 4. Again, we live in the house of DC. Everything is 3 and 4. You cannot get away from it. We're going to go back to the comments. The Animal House, zoo. I'm a child. I heard you say zoo. Did you say zoo or Zeus, or did you say many zoos? So what happens is in football, you have the hash marks, and then you have the hash marks. Okay, you have the hash marks for the 5 yards, and then you have it for the 10 yards. When you use a ruler, you're using big and small. But in football, you're using a bunch of small ones in a row. But even in here, look how many you're using in a row. Okay? Unlike the 1/8 and the 1/16, using the inch, when you use the centimeter, I'm not sure if you can see this because I wrote on it, you're using them a little bit differently. The rulers are used a little bit differently. They're giving us, we have all the answers to put everything back together from day one because it was shared to us, intertwined into the DNA, from the fingers to your toes to everything in your body, because everything keeps hitting off of each other. Oh, my finger. Oh, it's an F. It's an I, an N-G-E-R. And then these will hit off and that'll hit off, and everything keeps hitting off through, because over time they gave us games in order to be able to read this. Hockey, football, baseball. They gave us verbs and nouns. So it's at this time that we have extended outside the base of creation and we're starting to recreate. He or she who stands in the mists and knows he or she stands in the middle is that only one that knows, for no one can tell except he or she who has the name, for one is the truth. We taking about it. She who stands in the mists and knows, she stands in the middle. Is that only one that knows, for no one can tell except for thee who has the name, for thus who is for one is the truth. We taking, so one is the center to 360 degrees. So when you create 4 dots or 3 dots, right? When you create your first basic 3-dot coordinates, we go the circle, we go the circle, and we go the circle around it using obviously the instrument that we need to make a circle, right? We make that circle by using 2 instruments, right? the two instruments, and that H that connects them together, that we can pivot these two instruments, right, to draw. So the H is telling me more like a lock. When you have this, it's a lock area. So how are you locking things up? How are you locking things up? Right? 7, 1 equals 4. Then you, anyways, that's this thing over here. So what is that? Well, what I did is I used this corner, and this corner. And I'm going to actually just do one of them, right? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a complete square and call it a dot and say this is 1. And I'm going to create a circle around this. And then I'm going to take a complete square and call it a dot, the same way that they're doing this over here. Okay, and I'll take that and I'll draw, whoop, that wasn't very good. And I'll draw, can I draw a circle around it? And I'll take one more dot like that. And do I draw a circle around it? So you're looking at those 3 circles. But there's a space in the circle. Should it be that space, or should I be spacing it out? But what happens is, because it's not like that here, we have to discuss this. But anyways, doing this, right, should I be doing completely around it? And then when I do this one over here, completely around it, and then completely around it, and then completely around it. But if it's completely around it that way, it's got to go completely around it this way, completely around it this way, completely around it this way, completely around it this way. Did I do this one that way? Hold on a second. This way. Completely around it this way, completely around it this way, completely around it this way, and completely around it this way. Let me do that again. So we're going to take this one area over here, right? And I'm going to go, and we're going to put this one here. And I'm going to go completely around it. See the way I'm coming out into the center? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go completely around it and completely around it. Now I'm going to go completely around it on the bottom and completely around it on the top, to where I go completely around it on the top and completely around it on the bottom. And that's an obligation. I don't know art. I just believe that what they tell me to do, I do. Now, I'm not the perfect person. I can maybe show you what I see, and then maybe somebody else can do it perfectly. He who hears is that only one that ever heard anyone. He who hears is the only one that ever heard anyone the way they heard it. I know that for some reason. I don't know why. Or enemy. Enemy. E-world. There's an energy in EM. Something to do with EM. Let's see what we got here. Should I make a book about all this stuff? You know what? I've been documenting this work. If you're still here listening, I've been documenting this, or I started 20 years ago, and where the first 5 years I've been writing it in a book. There's so much information. In order to bring it to precision for everybody to understand what I understand, for everybody to see what I see, and for what I see and you see it, do you believe what I believe? Do you believe it's natural to be known that this is 6 dots? That when you go to a casino, they call it 6. So we need to put this into formation, into a program, and yes, we need to have somebody write it. Sometimes it's not as easy to write. I write a little bit, but it has to be transformed. How things are, the heartbeat of the world. This is very important. Today is Thanksgiving. Bowling starts off in the 10th frame, and you work your way back into the 1st frame.
He rise rooster, then hops rabbit. He is all the witness other in the zodiac, whom is the sun. The rooster and the towers that came down is 110. The new tower has 104 floors. 10, 4. You want to see 10? Here's your 10. And what does that connect to? Zion, Israel, and birth. Divided gateway. 13 or 4. 1 and 3, 4. 2 and 2, 4. 6 and 7, 67. 6 and 7 is 13. Because they always work out, because the final answer always matches whether I use 13 or whether I use 1 and 3, they're telling the story the same exact way. When you see this, it is 7, 11. 7, 11. The numeric value for 1 is 34. 3 and 4 is 7. The numeric value for 3 is 56. 5 and 6, 11. The voided area space of 8 is 49. 4 and 9 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. The voided space of this is 6. 6 equals to 52, 7. It becomes 7 and 4, 11. Do you follow me? 6 here, empty spaces, 8 over here. But the word itself, the word 8 equals to 49. 4 and 9 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. The word 6 is 52. 5 and 2, 7. 47, 74. Walk, Jesus, energy, time. All comes together. 104. Communication in the BC world. Like on the piano. Now, when you come to a CC, the question is that the beginning? Because C is an element that's going to come together, and C is a part element that may have been pulled apart from B. The backbone or the front bones of the B with one line, right, might create the D inside that. So we have to think about that too. Oh, talking, okay. Okay, so now I'm up to date on this. Just give me, I want to take just a 1 minute break. I just need to take a 2 minute break. Everybody go to the bathroom. I'll come back. Just want to take out and have a toast if you don't mind, but I'm going to come back there and talk about something. I'm going to come back there and talk about something. How's everybody doing? Okay, let me put my toast in this way. Somehow my toaster got unplugged. Just give me a minute, coming back. I don't know how this is possible, but okay, it's toasting. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Chicken, egg, chicken, egg, chicken, egg. Well, guess what? Did we come together in whole or in part? Because if we came together in part, right, then what has to come is if we had an egg, we'd have everything in the egg. If we had the chicken, it came with the heart. But the heart grew into the egg. But the egg can exist without the chicken. But the chicken doesn't exist without the egg. But where do you get the egg if you didn't have the chicken to make the egg? But the chicken comes out of the egg. Is there any other way to understand what an egg is, what it's made from? If you want to know the story, I know egg has 3 letters, and it's 577. So 57 is telling me about male and female. 77 is telling me about power, telling me about matter. It's telling me about the house that we're from. It's telling me about it's telling me about 14. It's telling me about 14. It's telling me about the ring. Or it could be telling me about the only creator, which is 14, the spirit of 6. The only true 7 on this dice cube is here and here. That's the only true one. When we drill a hole through all of these, you will see 7. Now the question is, does it go in this way and come out that way? And the other 3 never see the end of light? When we drill a hole, we'll have 4 sides of 5 and 2 sides of 7. Okay, if you want to know that manger or manger, G-E-R, G and E again, back to the moon. The resident comes from the moon of the male and the female. 12 and 13, male and female. That woman came from the rib of Adam. Woman came from the rib of Adam. So if it wasn't the woman before, what was the opposite sex? If the woman came from the rib of Adam, we have to think about this. The rib, let me just check my toaster. You see, R-I-B is not with a D. I and R is both in first and in third, but it's not in second. Born in manger, okay? Or was it born in anger, right? This can be anger, M, anger. So that's 1,000 of anger. So is it man and anger? The inna is 23, electric, and the A is a division. So it's born through the Hind's moon. Anytime you got an A, it's telling you right away, born through the Hind's moon. The A is a multitude of letters. The A is N, Z, I, H. It's A in itself. And then it's all its opposites of what it is. The N is opposite of the N. The H is opposite of the S. The A is opposite of the Z. The I is opposite of the R, and etc. So when you have just born in a manger, you only have part of the skeleton of the rest of what it wants to tell you. Bull is 3 letters, kite is 4 letters. The IT system born into the sun, canine, the ET world. Now, could it be the kite that shows us that we're born on the cross? That the bull, what? Oh, I am having trouble getting my bread out. Wow. I'm going to have a toast. Everybody take 2 minutes if you don't mind. I'm really starved. I'm really, really hungry. And it's dark outside, and I don't know how we got to this part of the day. You know, somehow every single day it's the same story. I'm gonna just let me have this little toast here, and I want to see what else I have to what I want to do. The turkey. When we play hockey, wait a minute. Somebody sent me something and I don't even see it. I don't get it. Jesus. What we need to know of the truth is the truth itself that cannot be denied, that takes no sides. We understand that over time, that they split the time between the time of the birth of Jesus. And it's been under discrepancy of whether it was time 0 or -3. Under the same period of birth, it is understood by most, and I could be wrong, that Jesus passing that the passing of Jesus took place at 33. Things that can't be denied. The name Jesus has been written and rewritten in this, today spelt as JESUS equaling to 74. And it can't be denied. What we can do is we start to think mathematically that S and S cancel out each other. So we're going to take out the 38 and we're going to go 36 and 38 equaling to what is 74. Or what we're going to do is we're going to count it down. And I made a mistake on my first countdown. Just give me a second. 36 and 19, 36, right. So we get 36, 55, 74 for Jesus. 33 is 3 times 3, 3 plus 3. We now have 6 and 9. So we now have the upside down position between 63 and 54. What is that upside down position? Well, 6 and 9 is upside down from each other. We spoke before how about the male and female sex organs are this. So if they're rotating in 6 and 9, we have to understand that the snake's tongue has come out. We also have to understand this is your rotation of 33. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3, which is what's going to give you ABC and then BCD. In order to get that in your formation, you're going to have ABCD. ABCD equals 10, ABC equals 6, BCD equals 9, all created from the 33. Now let me look up. The center of a record. It's the center of the record. The standard hole for a 12-inch, 10-inch, or a small hole for a 7-inch. So what is the size of that hole? The piece in the middle of the record, 45 RPM adapter, right? We have 45 RPM adapter. Remember that. A record sleeve. So what is the size? 932, 45 and 1/5. It's 45 and 1/5 and 932 of an inch. 32 and 32 and 9 are the opposite of each other. It's just ironic, even in these numbers, 5 and 9 opposite of each other. 1.5. I don't know if you can see it. 1.5 and 45 is 9 and 6 in your rotation. That's your birth in Mars. That's what it's telling you. 32 is for Mars. 45 is a Fox pass. 1 and 5, 51 Mars. Inverted, used as 15 instead of used as used as 15 instead of 51. 15 reverse. I'm saying it's 1/4 of time. 1/4 of time. Time running in periods of 60. 1/4. 1.5 times the difference. I just want to, how big is the center of a record? It's not telling me. Okay, what are the different sizes? Okay, so you have a 33 RPM, 12-inch, and you have the other one is 45 RPM. I think it says 7-inch. 33, 45, it just works out perfect. It's just absolutely perfect. So we know that Jesus got hung to a cross. Cross is number 7411. There were two others that were upside down on each side of him, or Jesus was upside down and the other were right side up. Each of these is going to tell me that if Jesus was 11, what was the number to the thief? It's 48. But if I just say Jesus and the two others, count everybody on the cross as number 74, because the word cross is 74. 11, 11, 11. It's now reverting to Rubik's Cube. Again. Right. Okay. So we understood what I did with the Zodiac, and also different times in the year where Rubik's Cube has a birthday. In July, it will have a birthday. In November, it will have a birthday. In the 7th and in the 11th month. And because the 11th month is 2, we will say that it has another birthday in February. The inverted birthday. The 7th of February. 7, 11. It's the 11th of July. It's the 7th of February. 2 and 7 come together. Let me see what else I have here. I may come back on later. Because I'm not sure what I have prepared right now. So perhaps I'm going to end the video now. Thank you for being here. And I'm going to come back a little bit later. And for those who are haven't seen the video yet, then if you can help out the channel, that would be just lovely. If you have any questions, or if you want to give me an idea, that would be great. Here's my email at the bottom. $20 is 4. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2. Or it's just 4 because of all the zeros. What was I going to say? Yes, by sharing this, the word Jesus is also 74. Christ is 77. The 33 will be with the Christ, will be with Christmas. Christmas is 77. Matter is 77. Mass is 33. Rotation is inside of Christmas. For the Santa Claus that we have signed up into the world of canine, Raphael 7286, and the constellation of Pegasus. Thank you very much. Share the videos. Peace and love. I'm going to try and come back later. Give me something to do. Thank you.